What's up, everybody? What is going down in the town? Man, I'm always super, super excited and stoked to hang out with my brother from another mother, buddy, customer, brother, freaking awesome, incredible individual, man. And I can tell you that I've watched this awesome journey. Mr. Dom Manzo, local Sealcoating.
What's up? What's up? Love you, brother. You know that. It's always a pleasure to be here. And it's always good to jam out and, release some of that tension that's building up in life and just jam and just let it go, you know?
Yeah. Where are you? You're on the ocean? You're on the beach, or where are you?
Yeah, we're very blessed to have some amazing family members. So obviously, we were going through a hard time with the baby and everything. We just were trying to get away with the COVID. And we had some amazing family that have a condo on the beach. And they were like, why don't you guys go for a couple of days, relax, unwind? And so we took them up on it, and it's we're pretty blessed for it. Yeah, so we're just hanging, clearing our heads.
Congrats, man. I think this brings up an awesome headline for this freestyle event right here, which is that the road to success is not always easy.
Man, for sure it's not.
Yes, is not always easy. Man, tell us a little bit about what's going on in your life, dude. Like, I know that you've been rocking your branding, you've been out seal coating, you've been pounding out commercial projects, you've been doing residential, you've been presented with some family challenges relating to your beautiful little daughter who was born. You've been challenged with some work stuff, some staff stuff. I mean, there's been a lot that's gone on. Can you kind of, everybody sees this picture from the outside, right? Like from social media, and everybody's like, man, that guy is killing it, and and he's just smooth sailing. This is easy now. There's nothing that's difficult. And you know what? Once your business is set up after a year, you know what? All you do is put it on cruise control and go.
So far from the truth. It's not even funny. It's so far from the truth. It's, that's the one thing that, like, I will tell everybody right now, don't base what you see on social media. Don't base that on your success or what you're doing, because everyone's putting up the best show they can. Okay. You don't see behind the scenes, and it's, if you see someone that's having a lot of success, or you think they're having a lot of success and they're doing really good, guess what? They're making a lot of mistakes, and they're having a lot of challenges to get to every point that you see them getting to. So that's something really to pay attention to. And I didn't notice that. And I got sucked into that funnel as well. I'm looking at all these people. Oh, I want to be as good as them. I want to succeed. And I fell into like this rut. And then what happened was I got tunnel vision, and I started overextending myself to put a show on. And it actually wound up hurting me, which I'll get into a little bit later. But, to start off, obviously we're all faced with this whole COVID thing, so we all got a late start in our season. So obviously when we talked at, February, I think it was, and, we had a good little jam session, I was amped. I was ready to go. I had all these big plans and all these money goals. I had all these goals. I want to make $250,000 by this time. I want to do this. I want to have equipment. I want to have 5 crews. I had all this. I was ready. I was all gung-ho, ready to go. But the reality is, you got no clue what's coming, kid. You got no clue what's coming. And the lessons that I learned, from when we started, it was about a 4-month, maybe 5-month grind so far. I'd say about 4 months, and completely was a roller coaster. Went up, came down, crashed to the bottom, and now I'm working my way back up with lessons that I would have never learned if I didn't push myself and challenge myself. But it's been a really hard roller coaster ride so far. Yeah.
Tell me honestly, and tell everybody here straight out. Have you ever wanted to quit?
Man, I tell you right now, I was ready to close up shop maybe like 3 weeks ago. That's how hard it was. It's the challenges that you're faced with. Like, you get your business up and going, and you're doing the work. Listen, the work's the easy part, man. Going out there and doing work and doing what you love to do, that's easy. Anybody can do that. It's what surrounds yourself by being a business owner. It's the challenges in life. It's how you have to, it's so important to understand this. And this is one of the major lessons that I learned so far is from when I spoke to you in February to 3 weeks ago, I was chasing money. That's it. All I want to do is hit my money goals, right? Boy, did I have it backwards. Because you can just get tunnel vision, you know, because you get tunnel vision and you want to make this money, you want to make this money, you want to make this money, you want to make this money. But guess what? You're ignoring your family, and you're ignoring your health, and you're ignoring your well-being. Okay. And you're ignoring all this stuff. And in 3 to 4 to 6 months, guess what happens? Your whole reality around you, outside of you, comes crashing down. And then you say to yourself, what am I doing this for? Why am I here? Why am I here for? Am I here for the money? Why did I start this to begin with? And I had it all backwards. And I'm just realizing this now. I did this to better my life, right? I started my own business to better my life, my family's life, right? And then I got sucked up into the tunnel vision of just making money. And what happened? I made my life worse. I made my bubble, my circle, everything. I made it worse because I got into that tunnel vision. I turned into this crazy man, this madman, and I destroyed friendships, and I destroyed I had great guys working for me. I fired everybody. I just lost it. And I had to take a step back and realize, man, what the hell did I just do? What just happened? And it went so quick. Once you get into that hustle and that grind, and you're grinding, and you're just money's coming in, it's coming out, and you're just like, this is great. You just lose track of reality. You lose track of it all. You lose it. And that's what happened to me. Yeah.
I'll tell you, Dom, there's something extremely powerful in what you're saying right here. And, you know, goals in your life that you set are either going to be solely focused on money, or it's going to be one of the goals that you're setting, of which are aligning with what it is that you want to create for the future for yourself. What lenses are you wearing right now to get you closer to your goal, right? And if the lenses, you ever see those sunglasses that have like the plastic slits in them, or they got dollar signs on them or whatever? If your lenses are strictly monetary, and you're forgetting about culture in your business, you're forgetting about creating a better customer experience for your clients and sales, and you're not role playing with your staff, and you're not focusing on the actual numbers associated with the proposals that need to go out at this average order value in order to hit the financial goals. If you're not allocating the balance of time for your family that deserves the time with you as the man of the house, the father of the children, and if they don't have that, you can't feel accomplished the way that you truly want to feel accomplished. And that's what brings you down. One of the things that I think is really important is that you just said 3 weeks ago, man, you hit the bottom where it was just like kind of, you know what? And I'll tell you, bro, you're not alone, man. Like, I'm going to tell you straight out, you're not alone. You know, you're not. I was chatting with Kevin Gray yesterday. I've been chatting with a lot of people. And what happens is you get kind of through to the season where you hit the August month, and July, August is kind of mid-range where everybody's burning the candle on both ends, and you're shooting for your financial goals, and you're trying to rake in as much money because you know what's around the corner, winter, and you got to support the family, and you're rushing to help keep the family safe and secure. That's what you really want. But in order to do that, you got to get the money in. So it's like, holy shit, I'm in a catch-22. How am I going to accomplish all this? But I'm getting at this, bro. Like, this is the burnout stage in our season. Right here is where people really need to take a break at the lake house and regain a little focus and take a breath and spend some time regaining that vision of what it is that you want in your life. At the end of the day, you know what you want in your life. Seal coating is fantastic. Asphalt maintenance is great. It's a beautiful business, great margins and so on, if it's managed and done properly. But the reality of it is your future is more important than seal coating. Your future and your children's future and your wife is more important than this. And so they need you. And for anybody watching, feeling the same thing, that's our goal here on this video right now, is to really help people, you know, feel that they're not alone. And we are not alone, brother. Let me tell you, in our business, just this last week has been where like lenses have been off of my face with another pair of lenses on, where I was feeling like I needed to defend myself because there was some people shooting shit out. And at the end of the day, I literally wasted a portion of my time focusing on the wrong things. I could have focused that time on going and throwing a baseball with my kid instead of injecting into the negative aspects of this, you know? So Dom, man, I appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing that, bro. So let me ask you, since 3 weeks, I know, you know, people are saying, okay, yeah, well, I hit the bottom, I hit a little burnout. I'm not giving up. I need to realign and pivot and adjust what it is that I need to do in order to keep sane and focused on what the true intention and goal is, which includes people, man. It's not just the bank account, it's people, right? So what have you figured out what you're gonna kind of, you don't need to do it on macro, but have you figured out some of the smaller things that you're gonna do right now to help you realign?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, those lenses have changed big time, man. It went from, you know, big dollar signs and my head blown up to a space that it shouldn't have been in, to completely stopping. And I just said, listen, we're going to break this down back to the bottom. Okay. I love what I do. I built a great brand. The business is working. The phone's ringing. The customers and the sales are there. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to do now, Dom. I ripped down all my goals and my charts and my calendars, ripped it all down. I did all new ones. And at the top it's self-reflecting, self-preservation. Make my life better. Make me better. What can I do to make me better? Can I start eating better? Can I start spending more time with my family? What can I do to make me better? Because the bigger of a force that I am, the stronger that I am, the better that I'm going to be as a boss, as a worker, as a business owner, as a human being. So now my focus is on just making everything around me better. My relationship with my family, relationship with my kids, my health, start getting back into the gym, start building up that beast again, and just do the work. I don't care. The beauty about our business and asphalt maintenance is you can do it by yourself. You don't need 10 guys to help you. It's at the point you need a helper some days. That's it. So let's go back to the basics. You know, I got so out of focus that I wanted to be the boss, and I wanted people working for me, and I wanted to just, you know, control it all. But guess what, Dom? Too quick, man. Too quick. And you know, you told me, like, Dom, don't grow too quick. You know, enjoy the process, enjoy it. But you know what? You get sucked into it quick, man. You really do. So now my focuses have changed. I took all the money down. You know, I'm not chasing that $1 million goal right now. I'm not chasing that $250,000 goal. It's over. It's for the rest of the season. I'm focusing on me, my family, my company, and just building that foundation again. That's what I'm focusing on, getting my equipment back in running order, you know, just focusing on the basics again. Just get through the season with the basics, take all the lessons I've learned. We're going to put those in a little safe, and we're going to dig into those, you know, on our off season, and we're going to make major changes, and we're going to use those as tools to make ourselves better. So now I have all these tools of failure. And there's one thing about me. I don't like to, you know, hide from failure. I don't like, you know, I made so many mistakes in my life, and I'm here. You know, I don't care. I make mistakes. I do. But look where I'm at. And I've made so many mistakes that now I'm starting to surpass people who didn't make all those mistakes and did all the right things and went to college and got that great job. Well, guess what? Now they're coming to me and say, Dom, how did you handle that situation? How did you get through that? And now that's started making me realize, listen, my values have to change here. You know, and that's where I'm at. So now my new vision is to get through the season, break even, get my head clear, get my family back on track, get my health back on track, get my mind, my spirit, everything back on track and focused. And guess what? I live to fight another season. That's it. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to fold it up. I love my company. I love my brand. I love what I do. And I'm going to come back next year with a whole new plan. That's it. That's what more can I do? I'm not going to sit here and cry in a corner, right? I'm just going to take it as a lesson, build off of it, and we're going to keep going. That's where my head's at now.
Bro, let me tell you this. I've been so many times, I've been driving, I traveled over to Europe, and I've been over to Canada and the States, and, you know, traveled on these roads that were unexplored, man. And I had the GPS coordinates set for a destination. And I would get closer and closer to this destination, and I looked for a shortcut. I remember this in Italy. I looked for a shortcut. And when I looked for that shortcut, I'm like, man, I could save like an hour and a half. We were driving up to Venice, Mindy and I. And I said, we can save an hour and a half and we're going to get to our destination faster. We'll be able to experience a better, you know, more amount of time at that destination. And we'll be able to really have more vacation time outside of the car. And what I did was I didn't trust the GPS coordinates and the process and enjoying the vacation in the car with my wife. Instead, I tried to shortcut it, and I ended up on this dirt road in the middle of a field, like a vineyard, and I sat there with no road to continue on. And so what I had the opportunity to do was I was able to actually look at the road that I had traveled. I was able to go back on it, and I was able to realign to the actual junction of what I needed to go back to, and then move towards the destination that I'm looking to go. And what I didn't do is I didn't focus on the time. I focused on the actual journey. The journey was the important part of that, because I chose, instead of rushing to the destination and ignoring my wife in the car, I was able to actually enjoy the time with my wife on this journey. And we spoke about all kinds of different things to get to the destination. Obviously, I'm using an analogy here, but the reality of it is, everybody, there's a lot of facades out there, man, a lot of facades. There's a lot of covers. There's a lot of profile pictures. And I'm not talking just asphalt maintenance industry or paving or concrete or lawn care or, you know, beauty, cosmetics or clothing or whatever it is. I'm saying there's a lot of freaking facades out there that make you want to be like somebody else and feel a feeling of envy that distracts you from being able to experience the journey of business growth one step at a time.
Nailed it. You nailed it. And that's it. It's all about discipline, man. This is the beauty about surrounding yourself with the right people. And people always say this, because you get to see how to fail from your mentors and people around you, and how to recoup from that failure. And that teaches, and that's a discipline. That's the main discipline. You need discipline. How many times are you going to fail before you start making yourself disciplined to that failure, right? And by having the people around you helps you fast track to those lessons. It's not going to fast track your business. You need to learn these lessons. You need to learn the discipline. You need to learn the focus. You need to learn, stay off the short-term goals. Stay on your long-term goals. Stay on your long-term goals. Your short-term goals they're just milestones for you to hit along the way, just to keep you on track. But you cannot, and this is one of the biggest lessons I learned also this year, do not lose track of your long-term goals. Do not lose that track, because if you're concentrating on your short-term goals, you're going to make decisions on those short-term goals and on those achievements. You're not going to make the decisions on getting to your long-term goal. You're going to make your decisions on getting to your short-term goal, and that's the fast track. And guess what? It's not going to work for you. So you have to stay disciplined. Discipline is key.
Discipline, determination, brother. I couldn't agree more, man. So the cool thing too is that what I've learned, and I want to share this, is that there is a long-term goal that we set. We do set that long-term goal. You have to, because that's the destination that you're looking to reach, and then to carry on from there. That long-term goal, a lot of the time, may not be 1 year away here. A long-term goal is, where do I want to be in 5 years from now? In 5 years from now, where do I want to be? Okay, I want to be there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work backwards from that goal, and I'm going to map out the navigation, just like I said earlier about going to Venice, and I'm going to map this out, and I'm not going to take any shortcuts. I'm going to literally create the framework that's needed in order to get there. And if that means that I'm going to really polish and hone in on the way that I deliver proposals, it's the way that I balance my time with my family, it's the way that I'm going to train my staff through a training platform that is not me training them, but somebody else, or a platform that might be way better suited to train my staff. I'm going to allocate 10 to 15 minutes every day role playing with my staff in the mornings, the way that they're going to communicate with customers if they come up with common questions while they're at the job site. If somebody drives by the job and they ask, hey, can you come give us a free estimate? Your people are trained on how to respond that way. But, you know, this framework, these little pinpoints along the way, along this process to reach that ultimate destination are things that you really need to have pinned out. And if you don't have them pinned out, what you're doing is you're flying from the cuff. You're making decisions emotionally in a reactive environment based upon something that's happening right now.
Exactly.
But if something's happening right now, and you know that that goal, that pin goal is just ahead of you, you can react to that, but with intention of reaching that pin goal. You cannot just react chaotically without something that you're looking towards.
You nailed it, man. You nailed it. And it happens,
know?
especially when you're inexperienced and you're in the heat of the moment. You're reacting to those situations. And it's usually the bad stuff. You're not reacting to the good things the wrong way. You could definitely react to too much success the wrong way, but it's when the shit hits the fan, excuse my language, and you're with your team and how you're going to react in that moment, in that situation. If you have your short-term goals in mind, you're going to lose your cool. You're going to react in a way that it's not, as you have no experience with the way you react. You don't have your long-term goal in mind. For example, we just had a major catastrophic explosion with our equipment right before one of the biggest residential jobs of our career, right? It's because, lack of just laziness on my crew. And I had to, and I freaked out, and I lost it. We got through it, and it destroyed my relationship with my guys. I had to just walk away from everybody because I just destroyed it, because the way I handled the situation was with my short-term goal in mind, getting this big job, getting that money, not my long-term goal. If I handled it with my long-term goal in mind, I would say, okay, guys, let's take a deep breath. Let's fix this. We're going to lose money. It is what it is. That's the reality of it, but we're going to learn as a team. We're all going to learn lessons from this, and it's going to make us all better. That's a long-term. That's how you react with a long-term goal. If you react in the moment with your short-term goals in mind, guess what? You're going to just self-destruct your whole company, and it happened to me, and I lived it firsthand, and it couldn't be more true. And it's like, Dom, how many times are you going to keep doing this? How many times are you going to keep doing this so you get the discipline to learn, to stay on those long-term goals, get the discipline to learn how to react to those situations, right? And then I took a step back. I said, can I handle this? Dom, can you handle this? Do you have what it takes to really get through this? And, I had to, build my relationship back up with my wife, because my wife saw it from the outside. She saw what was going on from the outside, right? And she saw like this ticking time bomb. And then it all happened. And then she's like, I tried telling you, but I wasn't going to listen. I was in the moment. Sure. But, you really have to. It's so important to stay disciplined. It's so important. And that's something I learned.
You're a good man. And I think that the whole self-development side of this is so important. And here's the thing, Dom, there's in our company, our whole team at AK, I'll tell you straight out, what we've done is we've hired to our weaknesses.
Okay.
So, that's one thing. So like there's managers in our company that communicate with teams because I may not be the best at communicating.
Yep. I learned that.
We have consultants that are almost like arbitrator or middle people that allow us to communicate in an environment to deliver the message that we need to deliver, because if we don't do it that way, then it impedes on our long-term goal. And so
dude, I can't believe you just said that, because I just lived that reality. And I said, you know what? If I can't handle it, I got to hire someone that can. But that costs money, right? So let's slow down.
It doesn't cost money. It's an investment.
Well, yes, but it still costs money. It still costs money.
You got to come up with the cap. Yeah. Right. You got to come up with the capital to be able to get somebody to do that.
That's what I meant to say.
But there could be that somebody that may not get paid on the spot for it, but they're paid maybe on a performance of sales that they contribute to. And I'm not saying this is the right answer. I'm just saying for people who are dealing with adversity and challenge and might be their own. Listen, everybody at the end of the day, when I ask you who your biggest competitor is, I'll tell you straight out, it's you. It's your biggest competitor. You don't see any competition anywhere. You pay no attention to competition because at the end of the day, you already know your biggest competitor. My biggest competitor is right here, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For everybody. Everyone has their own stuff going on, man. Everyone's battling themselves. You create problems that aren't even there. That's why it's good to have those people around you say, dude, all right, listen, let's just take a deep breath.
Realign.
I think you're getting a little crazy on this. Let's sit back down. Oh, you know what? You're right. Let's all right, you take care of this. I'm going to get my, that's why it's so important to have those people that, in your system. And it couldn't be more true. It's so important to have that.
Bro, and listen, you guys, the other thing too, and in no way are these excuses, but these are reality. You guys have gone through, your family's gone through a lot of challenge this year, man, just family wise, with your daughter being born and, operation. And, that's been a big challenge for you guys. And
sure.
I don't care what anybody says, man, as a dad, I went through my challenge. I went through that challenge with Theo, my youngest son. And I'll tell you what, man, the amount of stress that laid on to me and impeded on me every day, I don't care what anybody says, that's there with you. That's stressful. That's not easy. And there's a lot of stress in the chest that you need to learn how to breathe out and get rid of this to be able to say, you know what, here's the end goal. This is the destination we're wanting to go. But man, I'll tell you what, I think straight out, and I've been speaking with you throughout the season through highs and lows, and I'll tell you, man, like straight up, dude, I'm proud of you, man. Not many people wouldn't break. A lot of people would have broken straight out.
Well, listen, I did break. So I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I broke. I'm
saying throwing the towel.
Yeah,
I'm saying throwing the towel.
Right. And I almost did. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. This is the reality of it. It's hard. It's so hard. And it's I don't care what anybody says. Everyone's going through their problems. Nobody has a perfect experience. Everyone has to tailor their experience differently, right? This is just some stuff that I'm doing, that I'm working on, that's helping me. I'm not saying it's going to help everybody watching this. I'm not saying it's the right or the wrong way. It's just the way I'm handling it. But I'm learning. Every experience I'm learning from this. And it's hard, man. It's hard, everybody. I don't care what you say. It's hard.
Drinking from a fire hose and trying to figure it all out, man, is not easy shit.
So it's a battle. It's an emotional battle, dude.
So self-development, I'm hearing a lot here is don't forget about you. Like, don't forget about yourself and your business. Forget about business. You, your family, your business goals. You're good. You're back. You're good.
Sorry.
Focus on you, your health, your physical health, your mental health first, your physical health, focusing on your family. Because if you're not healthy, how can you be healthy for your family, right? I mean,
you're just going to drive yourself to the ground. Then what? You succeed in 10 years, and then what happens? You're going to lose your health? What's the point? Man. What's the point? You're supposed to be enjoying this. We're supposed to be enjoying this.
Our good friend Brian Hess says this all the time, man. In a plane, when those oxygen masks drop, what does the flight attendant say?
You got to put yours on first. That's it.
Put yours on first, man.
You can't help anybody else out if you don't help yourself first, right? How could you build an empire if you're crumbling? You have to help yourself first, right? And it couldn't be truer. You have to, and it's hard to realize that. It's hard. That's another lesson you're going to learn along the way. There's so many lessons, man. It's crazy. It's just, you got to battle through them.
Man, listen, I know that you're there with the family, rocking and taking some break. I really appreciate, everybody I know appreciates the time you've taken out, and you've shared a lot of vulnerable stuff, man, and just being real is just, awesome. And I know you, and I'm proud of you for getting back on and pushing towards that end goal, restructuring it here. I'm always here for you, man. Always.
I know. I love you, brother. And there's a lot of people watching that are also here for me and for you. And, we fuel each other, and that's the beauty of this, and listen, I don't mind sharing my bad experiences. I don't mind talking about, because number one, it helps me better myself. It clears my chest, because I don't mind talking about the bad, and it brings you closer with your mentors and people that are in your life. And that's special. And that's a part of the process, enjoy it. It sucks and you're making mistakes, but guess what? We're having an awesome conversation here where we're bonding over failure. It's great. It's a part of the process. Enjoy it, baby. Right? That's it. And that's the mindset I'm really going towards. Just try to make the best of every bad situation. Keep pushing. Keep your long-term goals in mind, and try to enjoy it, Dom. Just try to enjoy it, and that's it, man. Right? What more can we do, bro? That's it.
Let's end it right there, bro. That was very, very powerful. Thank you, bro, so much for your
All right.
time. Everybody feel
My
free to
pleasure.
comment below with any questions that you have. If you're going through a challenging time right now, you can reach out to, you know, we're always here for you. And at the end of the day, it takes teamwork to make the dream
Absolutely.
work.
Let's go, baby.
Dom, say hi to the whole family. Much love from our whole family to yours, brother.
Right back at you, babe. Love you, bro. See you on the next one.
See ya. Bye.
Peace.